That's in here forever now. That was my hip. Hi, Rodney. And give some other people a chance to hop on. Hello, good morning. We're gonna get started in just a couple minutes. We're gonna be doing a quick little Pilates class. Well, it's not super quick, it's 30 minutes. Just you and your mat. Good morning, everybody. And once we have a couple more people on, I'll step back and we'll get started. Hi, Rebecca. Good morning. Hello. All right, so here we go. Good morning. All right, everybody. So we're gonna go ahead and get started now. Make sure that you have your mat. Make sure you've got some sweats. Make sure you're comfy. And just know that I am going to step back there. If you have any questions, feel free to write into me. I will address them after class. Yeah, and here we go. So you're gonna meet me on your mat. And, oh wait, I'm jumping the gun. Give me 2 seconds. You can sit yourself back in a child's pose while we're waiting. And just get really comfy. Hold there. Yeah. Great, yes, now we can get started. Sorry, I got too excited. Okay, so you're coming back into your child's pose. Happy Saturday. Your toes can be together, your knees are wide, or toes and knees together, totally your call here. Arms can reach forward or come back by your sides. And just settle in and start to breathe. Let your forehead rest on the mat and know that if child's pose isn't your jam, you're gonna go into whatever your jam is. So you could be seated crisscross, you can have your legs long in front of you, whatever works. And I just want you to start by taking some deep, full breaths here. So inhaling through your nose and exhaling out your mouth. And with this breathing, allow yourself to feel your back body opening. And start to feel your front body hugging in towards your back body. Let your hips get really heavy. And just take 2 more breaths here just to settle in. Decide what you want out of this next 29 minutes. And when you're ready, you're gonna meet me all the way up on hands and knees. Hands can come under your shoulders, knees are gonna come underneath your hips. Make sure you're nice and stacked here. And we're gonna take a gentle cat-cow. So with an inhale, let's start to reach your head up for your tail, finding that arch through your spine. And then exhale, draw your belly in, round your spine up towards the ceiling. Doing that again, inhaling to arch, and exhaling to curl. And my friends, if your wrists ever get tired here, you can make 2 fists and put your knuckles down on the mat. That is totally okay to protect those wrists. Also, if you want to break the shape, if you want to turn this into some kind of side-to-side, circular, elbow bendy, child's pose situation, please go for it. Otherwise, just stick with the cat-cow and know that whatever it is you're doing, you're really focusing on that motion through your spine and starting to feel out how your abdominals connect into that. We're gonna take just 2 more breaths like this. Then, go ahead and meet me in your neutral spine. So reach your head away from your tail, flip your hair out of your face. And once you've got that neutral spine, really feel your ribs hug in your front body, widen your shoulder blades on your back body. Let's tuck your toes under here. And with your next exhale, just lift your knees up to a little hover over the mat. Inhale, gently tap your knees right back down. Exhale, pick your knees up to a little hover. Inhale to tap it back down. And while you're doing this, I want you to put some energy into your arms. Try to feel like you're ripping the mat in half sideways, so you're feeling even more width in your shoulder blades. And again, if your wrists are getting tired, make those two fists, knuckles come down. You could even be on your forearms here. All options are good. I want you to find what works for you. When you are ready, meet me with those knees hovering if you can, and just pause. You're either going to stay strong here and just breathe into it, or take your cat-cow again. So exhale to round your spine, and inhale to arch. Trying to keep those knees at the same height, and arch. Still feeling like you could rip the mat in half with those arms. Think wide fingers here. We're going to take just 3 more deep breaths. Here's 2 more. Last one. Exhale, round it. Meet me in your long neutral spine. Lower those knees all the way down. From here, you're gonna lower yourself all the way down onto your belly and take your arms wide. So you're making a W shape with your arms. You've got the same wide fingers. Let your legs come as wide as the mat and find some external rotation. So heels are spinning down towards the ground. Let your forehead come back down. So it's like you're back in that child's pose. This time, I want you to feel like your elbows are drawing back towards you, almost like you want to pull the floor back towards your hips. Use that, keep your hands on the ground, and inhale to lift your chest up into a little extension. And then exhale, pull your belly button up and away from the mat as you lower back down. Do it again. Inhale, drag the floor down as you lift your head up, and exhale to lower back down. So what that's doing for you, that little pull back, is getting the backs of your arms in through the upper side of your back to light up and support you. And that, hopefully, is feeding into your ribs. So it's a whole system. Let's say it's feeling good. Let's start to float your arms up. You keep the W shape, you just lift everything, and exhale to lower. And I want you to really use the support of your abs here, so you're not just throwing your back into this extension, you're being really particular about it. If it's still feeling good, meet me up with your chest lifted and hold. Can you extend those arms up overhead, biceps by your ears? Then bend your elbows wide and lower your chest down. So we're just gonna add that on. You inhale to lift. Exhale, reach your arms forward. Inhale, bend those elbows. And exhale to lower it down. Keep going like this. And if you're ready to add even more, as you lift your chest, you'll also lift your legs. And then just hold those legs steady as your arms move, and then everything lowers. We're lifting straight legs here. So think about somebody pulling from the crown of your head and somebody pulling from your toes. You just got so long that everything had to lift, and then you just pull it back down. 2 more like this. Still warming everything up. Last one, ready? You're gonna come up 1 more time, and you're gonna reach those arms long. If you need to lower your legs, lower your legs. Otherwise, go for a swim by lifting your left arm and your right leg, put it down. Then right arm and left leg, put it down. You're gonna keep alternating sides, and maybe you start to go a little bit quicker. Maybe it can even turn into like a flutter kick, but be aware that if everything starts to wiggle all over the place, you're probably going too quick for today. So maybe you slow it back down. Every time I try and slow down, I mess it up. All right, we're here for 4. Whatever pace you're going at is great for 3, 2, and 1. Rest it down. Hands under your shoulders, elbows point up towards the ceiling. I want you to press all the way up and back to your child's pose. From this child's pose, keep your arms really far forward on the mat. You're gonna roll forward through your spine, extend your hips into a modified plank. Keep your modified plank, bend your elbows, press yourself all the way up, and find your child's pose. So you're doing these little modified push-ups, keeping your shins down on the mat, and really thinking about those triceps again. If you're like, this is all fine and good, but I want something that's a little more challenging, come into the full plank, and then rest your knees down. So you'll rock forward, tuck your toes under full plank, and then rest it down. Or stay down. It's totally okay. They're both challenging, and really the only difference is whether you're lifting your knees up. So not even that big of a deal. Whew. 2 more here. Last one. Everybody, meet me up on hands and knees. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Make sure you've got those wide fingers again. Once you're in that place, find your neutral spine. You're gonna start with your left arm reaching forward into the air in front of you, and your right leg reaching long into the air behind you for your bird dog. Try to keep your spine really stable here, and start to draw elbow and knee together, and send it back out. Let's exhale to pull it in. I breathed wrong. Inhale to send it out. And if that right wrist is getting tired, remember, you've always got the option of putting that fist down. You do not have to suffer through a cranky wrist. If you want even more here, maybe you take your cat-cow spine again. So you bend your elbow and knee and round your spine, and then you reach long into that extension. And it's just a maybe. You don't have to do that, by no means. Any means? Whatever it is. 2 more just like this. Last one here. Reach it long, reestablish your neutral spine just for a second so you can feel your ribs hugging in. Then bring that left hand down, and I want you to step your right foot forward. Once you've got your right foot forward, tuck your back toes under, lift that back knee up, so now you're in a bit of a lunge here. Once you're in that lunge, make sure you've got your knees stacked over your ankle, and spread your right toes wide. From there, I want you just to hover your hands up off the floor, and then put your hands right back down. So you're using the scoop of your abdominals to help you lift your chest, and then lower. And my friends, as we gradually grow this, I'm gonna layer on choreography. You do not have to take any of it. You take what works for you, you leave what doesn't, and add in anything you want to add in. When you're ready, if you want, you're gonna start to reach those arms back. So now maybe you're lifting your chest a little higher, getting into your triceps again, and then lower your arms. Reach it back, and then lower. So you've got the sensation of maybe flying away for a second, and then you come back to the ground. You should be starting to feel that right glute wake up. You got just 2 more like this. Last one like this. Bring your hands down. Listen carefully. Your hands are on the mat. I want you to bend your back knee and get a little bit of a bounce going through that back foot. You're then gonna launch yourself forward, trying to straighten your front leg as much as you can, reach that back leg back, and then land back down in your lunge. Send it forward, and land back down. And I'm landing with a bent back knee so that I've got that bounce to help me come forward. Now on this one, as we grow it, if you need to hold on to a surface to help you with your balance, please do. So if you've got a wall, your other thigh, all those things work. Or you reach your arms back, and then you come down. So everything comes up, whoops, everything comes down. And this is where those wide toes will really help, my friends. Give yourself a nice strong base on the bottom. You want to build your foundation so that you can grow up. You've got just 2 more like this. That was risky. And then, meet me up at the top, step your back leg back, turn it into a high lunge. Hands can be on your thigh here, or you can be reaching your hands to prayer at your chest. From here, I want you to shift your weight forward into that front leg. Start to take some weight out of your back toes. And then just start to bend that back knee in and send it back. So if you were not sure about your right butt working, here it is. Now it's really working. And I really want you to feel that scoop of your abs as you pull that back knee in and send it back out. We're taking just 3 more here. You got it. Stick with me. Try to find the length from the crown of your head through to that back foot. Step that back foot forward. Find your little bit of a squat. Hold down in that squat. Stay strong. Take a twist up and over to the left. Once you've taken that twist, I want you to shift your weight into your left foot. Start to peel your right foot up. Step that right foot back. Then place your right hand down on the ground. Open up your left arm, take a twist here. And in this twist, I want you to think about trying to get your chest over towards that opposite thigh. If it's too much to have your back knee up, put your back knee down. This is totally okay. One more deep breath here. Kind of fancy transition, listen carefully. Bring that hand down, bend your back knee down. Take that foot that's in front, so your left foot, send it back into the air behind you. Make sure your knee is under your hip, and then send your right arm forward into the air in front of you. Bird dog, other side. Here we go. Bend your elbow and knee together, and send it back out. Exhale to pull it in. Inhale to send it out. Remember, if that left wrist gets tired, make your fist. You do not have to suffer through that. If you want, you're gonna add your cat-cow back in. So you're rounding your spine and then arching. Thinking belly pulls in, that's how your bones round. And then again, somebody's pulling your hand and foot away from each other and you reach into that length. Here comes the sweat, it's happening. We're taking just 3 more like this. And 2. Last one. Reach hand and foot away from each other, stay right there. Zip your ribs together in the front. Find that long neutral spine. Bring your hand down, step that left foot forward, and we're on the other side. So you're gonna start by tucking your back toes, lift that back knee up to a hover, you're in this low lunge. Once you get there, think about pulling that left hip back a little bit, start to hover your hands off the floor, and then just tap them back down. So you're lifting from your low belly to lift your hands, and then lower. And maybe on this side, your leg is already starting to talk to you. That's okay. It's not your weaker leg. It's already tired. It does some work on the first side. So this is just you asking a lot of it. Try and hang in there. See if you can reach your arms back and then come forward. Remembering that you're gonna do what works for you. Your sides are a little bit different. So even if this isn't your weaker side, it might need something a little different than the first side needed. And I want you to pay attention to that. Give it whatever it needs. You got just 2 more here like this. Okay, hands down. Here's the weird one. I want you to bend your back knee. Give yourself a little bit of a bounce here. Make sure those front toes are spread wide. You're gonna lift off that back leg, straighten your front leg as much as you can, and then land back down in your lunge. So press yourself forward and land back down. Remembering that you can hold on to anything around you to make this balance possible. So whether that's your own body, a chair, the wall, your bed, whatever you got. If you're ready for the next step, when you come up, your arms will reach back. So you're finding that little bit of balance and then land. And at this point, you should really be feeling that left glute. Whoops. And remember, worst case scenario, my friends, you fall over and the floor is not that far away from you and it is always ready to catch you. So it's not gonna be that bad. 2 more like this. Last one. Meet me lifted, stay up there. Reach that back leg back, so now you're in your high lunge. Hands onto your front thigh or to prepare out your chest, your choice. Get your weight forward into that front leg. Start to shift your weight out of your back leg and just scooter that back knee in and send it back out. So again, use your low belly to help you find that bend and straighten, whoops, through that back leg. No balance today. Here we are. Left foot's on fire. You got it. 4 more like this. See if you can shift your weight further back into that left heel. 2. And 1. Step forward into your squat. Hold in the squat. Bend down really deeply. And then twist up and over to your right on this side. Breathe into that twist. And I want you to take your weight out of your left foot and carefully step your left foot back so you wind up in your low lunge. Take your left hand down onto the mat, open up that right arm towards the ceiling and spiral your chest to your thigh. If you need to lower your back knee down, by all means lower your back knee down. Otherwise, just enjoy this moment. My back just popped, it was so good. All right, 1 more deep breath here. Bring your hand down onto the mat. And same transition as last time. So you're gonna lower that back knee down, take your front leg all the way back. Once you've got that front leg back, I want you to step your toes down. Get ready. Bring your other leg back, you're in your plank. Once you're in that plank, you've got the same sensation of ripping the mat in half with those arms. If you'd rather be on a forearm plank, come down to your forearms, that's fine. Take a deep breath. We're going into slow mountain climbers. So I want you to start with your left knee up to your chest. Then step your left toes down. Right knee up to your chest. And right toes down. Keep it going. If you need to come to a modified plank, you can still do this. You don't have quite as much space, but it's possible. So feel free to be there as well. If you're ready to add on, you're gonna bring your knee to your chest. Before you step your foot down, extend your leg back into the air behind you, then tap your toes. Then other knee in, extend your leg back, tap your toes. Keep that going. Let's say that's starting to feel good. You're gonna twist the mountain climber. So now left knee across to your right elbow, extend your leg straight back, tap your toes. Right knee across to left elbow, extend your leg straight back, tap your toes. Keep that going if you want. Final addition here. When you extend your leg back, you could add your tricep, push it back in. So you've got one leg off the floor, you shift your weight forward, bend your elbows, come up, tuck your toes. Other side. You do not have to add this. We're doing just 4 more. Stay strong. You could even just be holding the plank.
I don't know that
2
one.
more. Oh, hi, Alexa. Last one. And rest your knees down. Quick child's pose. Breathe into your back body. And maybe just notice how this child's pose maybe feels a little different than the first one you did. And if not, that's okay too. When you're ready, roll yourself all the way up. Get the hair out of your face. Just turn around, have a seat, feet down on the mat. Once you've got your feet down, hands come behind your thighs, you're gonna roll your spine back just about halfway. Find somewhere comfy on your sacrum. And I want you to lift your legs up into tabletop, squeeze those legs together, keep your hands behind your thighs to start. Round your spine even more, so think angry cat back. Look down towards your belly button. We're rolling like a ball. You're gonna rock back to the tips of your shoulder blades. Come right back up. You're trying to do this as smoothly as you can. And know that if you've got some kind of kerplunk moment, it's okay, keep going. The only thing I want you to be aware of is you're not throwing back from your head. That loses your momentum. And you're also not throwing back from your upper back. Again, loses your momentum. If it's going well, can you release your hands? What if you just roll like a ball all on your own? Try to keep the shape the same. Keep breathing. We're here for just 3 more. There we go. Next time you roll onto your back, you get to stay down on your back. Wiggle yourself back onto your mat, so make sure you've got space. And once you are down there, you're gonna meet me with your feet planted. Take your hands up towards the sky, interlace your fingers, and bring your hands behind your head. With an exhale, let's draw your elbows up towards the ceiling so you've got wide shoulder blades and your ribs connected in the front. Keep that. And with another exhale, come into an upper ab curl and just lower back down. Exhale to curl it up, seat your belly button. Inhale to lower it down. And in these first few ab curls, I want you to check out your pelvis. Make sure that it's nice and level from side to side. And you're not seeing that your pubic bone is coming higher than your hip bones. You're not seeing that it's lower than your hip bones. It's all just flat. That's your neutral pelvis. We're gonna try and keep that. Okay, ready? Meet me up in the upper ab curl, and I want us all to try and stay up here as you bring your legs up into tabletop. With an exhale, we're going into single leg stretch by reaching just your right leg straight forward. Inhale to drop back in. Exhale, left leg straight forward. Inhale to drop back in. Now, if your neck is getting tired, by all means, my friends, lay your head down. If your low back is getting sensitive, tuck your pelvis under to protect your low back. That's fine. If single leg stretch in and of itself is just too much at this moment, put your feet down and just extend a leg and then bend. That's okay too. Wherever you are, if you are ready to add on, Let's go ahead and meet with your left leg nice and long. Hold that left leg long. Take a little spiral over towards your right knee. And then inhale to come through the center. Exhale to lift and twist to the other side. So you're going into your crisscross. And what I want you to focus on is that your pelvis is staying in the center. The spiral's coming from your belly and your ribs. And you're really thinking armpit across to thigh, so that spiral gets a little bit deeper. Keep going, keep breathing. Wipe the sweat off your face as you need. We're taking just 4, 3, 2, 1. Meet me spiraled over to the right. Stay spiraled over to the right. I want you to go ahead and lift your right arm up overhead. Take your left hand on top of your left shin and just pull yourself up a little bit higher and higher. It's your left hand on your right shin. I have no idea what I just said, but that's where you are, and you're just pulsing into this. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other side right away. Pull it up and up and up. So you should be feeling your obliques, and that pull with your arms just helping you get your chest higher. Keep your legs nice and steady. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a deep breath. All right, we're just going to talk through some positions that we're going to use again in a second, so bear with me. Bring your legs back to tabletop, hands on top of your knees. Curl yourself right back up to look at your belly button. So this is position number 1. Position number 2, I want you to reach your right leg long and your right arm up overhead. So we're going to call this position 2 on the right. Position 3, you bring that right hand across to your left knee. Left arm now reaches up overhead. You don't have to totally memorize this. I will go over it again, but just so that we've done it, go back to position 1. So then position 2 on the left side, left leg goes long, left arm up overhead. Position 3 on the left, left hand to your right knee, right arm up overhead. Do your best to remember that. Hug your knees into your chest, hold on behind your thighs, rock yourself all the way up. Get set up as if you're rolling like a ball again. Bring your hands to your knees this time though, so like right under your knee, position 1 style. Roll yourself back to your sacrum, lift those legs up into tabletop. Now I want you to pull your legs a little bit closer to you so you've got some engagement through your arms. Round your spine, try to roll like a ball here. And my friends, know that throughout this series, if any part of it stops working for you, just go back into rolling like a ball. That's going to be fun. Okay, ready? You can stay here. Or go position 1 on the right. So come all the way up, extend your right leg long, right arm up overhead. Can you roll like a ball here? And try to maintain the same shape. I find it very helpful to stare at my belly button while I'm doing this so that I'm keeping my spine round. Join me in that if it works. Toss it if it doesn't. Stay up, you're going position 2 on the right. So now right hand to left knee, left arm up overhead. Keep rolling. 4 more here. You should be getting some work through your belly. And it should be fun, maybe you can smile. Last one. Come all the way up, scoot yourself back on your mat if you scooch forward, hands onto your knees, back to position 1, words. Position 2 on the left, left leg goes long, left arm up, roll like a ball. Or just roll like a ball. Or anything else you want to do. This is your class, your adventure, you get to choose it. Last one here. Come all the way up, position 3 on the left arm to right thigh, right arm up overhead, here we go. Ooh, that didn't work out so well. Okay, we got this. 3 more. 2. Last one. Hug your knees into your chest, leg all the way down on your back. From here, bring your feet down onto the mat, parallel hip width apart. And once you've got your feet down, bring your heels pretty close to your glutes as comfortably as you can. So don't push it, but get pretty close. And then go ahead and roll yourself all the way up to the top of a bridge and just pause at the top of that bridge. Knowing that the hard work is over, this is just about releasing, opening up. You did it, you killed it. When you are here, can you interlace your hands behind your back, draw your knuckles down towards your heels, and walk those shoulder blades closer together underneath your spine. So you're really broadening through your chest and shoulders. Make sure there's a little space between your chin and your chest here so you're not in a place where you can't talk. And if this is too much for today, hold on to the outside edges of your mat and try and pull it in half. That'll give you the same sensation. Or you can hold on to your heels and still focus on opening up your collarbones. All of those things work. Take 2 more deep breaths here, seeing if you can lift your hips any higher while still maintaining that space between your chin and your chest. Then release your arms all the way down, slowly. Peel down through your spine, 1 bone at a time. I'm gonna suggest straightening your legs long in front of you. If this doesn't work, just roll yourself all the way up. Know that that's your exit if you need it. Dig your heels down into the mat, lift your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Slowly nod your chin to your chest, and we're doing a roll up. You're coming all the way forward, scooping out your spine. Go as slowly as you can. Keep your spine round. Reach your hands forward towards your feet, and just end up in a hamstring stretch. So you can hold on to your feet, you can hold on to your shins, your thighs. You don't have to hold on to anything at all. You could just flap forward. Take this as you like. And if you've got a hold of your legs somewhere, maybe you could take the opportunity to lengthen through your spine 1 more time. Reach your head away from your tail. And then keep that length for as long as you can while you try and pull yourself just a little bit closer to your legs. Be gentle. And then just fold forward. Breathe into it. Two more deep, full breaths here. Trying to let it release. And then release your arms. Roll yourself all the way up to seated. Wiggle out your legs. And you are all done. Thank you, everybody. This was a Pilates-based mat class. My name's Cassandra. If you haven't already checked out Pilates People, please go ahead and follow us at Pilates PPL on Instagram. We have a website, and you're all awesome. Have a great day.